Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and press the bell icon. Dark mode has gained popularity across various platforms, offering users a more comfortable viewing experience, especially in low-light conditions, and reducing eye strain. In this video, you will learn how to implement dark mode in Angular 17 using Bootstrap 5. We will use Angular Signal and local storage for this purpose. Let's get started. Go to the directory where you want to install Angular 17 app. Click here and type cmd to open command prompt. Now, type the command ng new, your project name and press enter. Use the arrow key to select stylesheet format. CSS is already selected, so press enter. Now for server-side rendering, type N and press enter. It will take some time to download, depending on your internet connection, so please wait for the download to complete. The download has been completed. Now, type cd your project name to navigate to the project directory. Open your project in Visual Studio Code. Open package.json file. Here you can see the installed Angular version is 17.3.0, which is the latest version. Click here and open a new terminal. Now, click here and select Command Prompt to open Command Prompt. Now type the command ng serve to run our app. Go to your browser and type localhost:4200 and you will see new Angular 17 page with new logo. Now let's install Bootstrap 5. In Google, type Bootstrap and press enter. Click on this link. Click here to copy the command. Click here and select Command Prompt to open a new command prompt. Paste the command which you have copied. If you want to install a specific version, Bootstrap 5.3.3, then just press enter. Otherwise, remove at 5.3.3 and press enter. It will take some time to download Bootstrap 5, depending on your internet connection, so please wait for the download to complete. The download is completed. Open package.json file and you will see Bootstrap 5.3.3 in dependencies. Now, let's install Bootstrap Icons. Click on the Icons link. Click here to copy this command. Paste the copied command here. The download has been completed. You can see Bootstrap icons in the package.json file. Now we need to add paths for Bootstrap CSS, JS, popper.js, and Bootstrap icons CSS in the angular.json file. Open angular.json file. We need to add these paths in styles and scripts array. Here I have added bootstrap.min.css and bootstrap icons.css paths in styles array. popperbase.min.js and bootstrap.min.js paths are added in the scripts array. Let's create a navbar component. In your terminal, type the command ng-c navbar and press enter. Here G is for generate, C is for component, and navbar is the component name. Navbar component HTML, CSS and TS files have been created. Open navbar.component.html file. We will add Bootstrap navbar in this file. Go back to Bootstrap website. Click on the docs link. Look for the navbar component. Click on navbar. Click here to copy the code. Paste the code here which you have copied. Open app.component.html file. Remove this code. Add app navbar selector. Now we need to add navbar component in the imports array inside app.component.ts file. Open app.component.ts file. Add navbar component in the imports array and import it. You can see the error has been resolved now. Open your browser. Reload the page. Bootstrap styles have not been applied, so we need to restart our server. Open the terminal in which the dev server is running. Press Ctrl+C to stop the server and restart the server using ng-serve command. Now go to your browser and you will see Bootstrap navbar. Now we will add icons for dark and light mode. Go to the Bootstrap Icons website. Type moon and press enter. Click on this icon. We will use the SVG for this icon. Click here to copy this SVG icon. Open navbar.component.html file. Remove this form tag. Now add a div element. Add a span tag. Paste the copied SVG here. Change the width and height to 24. Go to your browser and you will see the moon icon. Let's add margin top and right. Add MT2 and MR2 for margin top and right. Go to your browser and you will see margin top and right have been applied. Go to Bootstrap Icons website. Now search for sun icon. Click on this icon. Click here to copy this SVG icon. Add a new span tag. Paste the copied SVG in this span tag. Change the width and height to 24. Add MT2 for margin top. Go to your browser and you will see the sun icon. Add text secondary in the moon SVG class. Add border bottom border info subtle in the nav class. Go to your browser, and you will see that the bottom border in the navbar has appeared, and the color of the moon SVG has been changed. Now, let's create a service. In your terminal, type the command ng services/dark mode and press enter. Here G is for generate, S is for service, services is the folder name and dark mode is the service name. The dark mode service has been created. Go to Services folder and open darkmode.service.ts file. Create a signal named dark mode signal, which is a signal of type string. Import signal from Angular/core. The initial value of the signal is null, or you can set it to light. Add the type of the signal, which is string. Now, define a method called updateDarkMode, which will be used to toggle the theme of the user interface between dark mode and a null or light mode. We will use update method to update the value of the signal based on its current value. The callback function takes value as a parameter, which represents the current value of the dark mode signal. Within this callback, we use a ternary operator to conditionally return a value based on the current state of dark mode. If the current value is dark, it returns null, indicating that dark mode should be turned off. Otherwise, if the current value is not dark, it returns dark, indicating that dark mode should be turned on. This callback function effectively toggles the state of dark mode when used with the update method. Open navbarcomponent.ts file. Here we will inject the dark mode service and import it. Declare a property named dark mode service with D in lowercase of type dark mode service. Now, initialize it by injecting an instance of the dark mode service using the inject function. Import inject from Angular/core and also import dark mode service. Now, create a method called toggleDarkMode, which will be used to toggle the dark mode. In this method, we will use the updateDarkMode method, provided by the dark mode service. Open navbar.component.html file. Here we will use @if@else block to check the dark mode signal. When the dark mode signal is set to dark, indicating that dark mode is active, it renders a moon icon. Cut this code and paste it inside the @if block. In the span element, we will use the click event on the toggleDarkMode method which we have defined in the navbar.component.ts file. Clicking on this icon toggles the dark mode state. Now add @else block. Cut this span element and paste it inside the else block. In this span element also add a click event on the toggleDarkMode method. Clicking on this icon toggles the light mode state. Go to the browser. Click on the icon and you will see it toggles. Let's implement dark mode. Go to Bootstrap website. Search for dark and press enter. Click on this link. You can see that to enable dark mode, we need to use the database theme equals dark attribute. Open app.component.ts file. Declare a property named darkModeService with D in lowercase of type darkModeService. Now, initialize it by injecting an instance of the dark mode service using the inject function. Import inject from Angular/core and also import dark mode service. Open app.component.html file. Now, add a div element and place the app navbar selector in this div element. Now we will use attribute binding to bind the database theme equals dark attribute to this div element. Assign it the expression darkModeService.darkModeSignal from the darkModeService, which will return a value that determines the theme for the database theme attribute. Go to your browser. Click on the sun icon and you will see it toggles to the moon icon and switches the navbar to a dark theme, and when click on the moon icon it toggles to the sun icon and switches to the light theme. Dark mode toggle is working, but here is a small issue. When we refresh the page, it will switch back to the light theme. Now, reload the page and you will see that it switches back to the light theme. To ensure that the selected theme persists even after refreshing the page, we'll utilize the browser's local storage feature. This allows us to store key-value pairs locally on the user's device. So, when you refresh the page, the selected theme will be retrieved from local storage, ensuring a consistent experience. But before that, let's create two components called content and footer. In your terminal, type the command ng content and press enter. Here G is for generate, C is for component and content is the component name. The content component HTML, CSS and TS files have been created. Now type the command ng footer and press enter. Here G is for generate, C is for component and footer is the component name. The footer component HTML, CSS and TS files have been created. Let's add app content and app footer selectors after app navbar. Open app.component.ts file and add content component and footer component in the imports array and import both the components. Open content.component.ts file. Here I have defined an array named cards which contains objects representing different cards. Each card object has three properties: image URL, title and text. In the image URL, I have added an image URL from Pexel's website and set the width to 400 and height 200. Open content.component.html file. Here we use a container to display the card details like image URL, title and text into Bootstrap card. We use the @for block to iterate over arrays. Open footer.component.html file. Here we create a footer section with a copyright year 2024, text centered inside the footer and subtle border at the top. We use text secondary class to display the copyright text. Open app.component.html file. Here add a bg body tertiary class in the div element. Now go to your browser and you will see content and footer component. Click on the sun icon and you will see it toggles to the moon icon and switches the navbar, content and footer component to a dark theme. But when you reload the page it switches back to the light theme. Open darkmode.service.ts file. Here we will use effect, which is a specific type of signal that is executed when the value of a signal within it changes. When an effect is executed, it keeps track of any reading of the signal value, and each time one of these values changes, the effect is executed again. Add effect in the constructor and import it from Angular/core. Add an arrow function. Now we use window.localstorage.setItem method to store data in the browser's local storage. Now we use dark mode signal as a key under which the data will be stored in the local storage. Now we use json.stringify method to convert the value of this .dark mode signal into a JSON string before storing it in the local storage. The initial value of the dark mode signal is null, but now we will fetch the initial value from the local storage. We will use window.localstorage.getItem method to retrieve the value stored in the local storage under the key dark mode signal and parses it as JSON using json.parse. If the retrieved value is null or undefined, it returns null. Go to your browser. Click on the sun icon and you will see it toggles to the moon icon and switches the navbar to a dark theme. Click on the moon icon, it toggles to the sun icon and switches to the light theme. Open Developer Tools and then go to the Application tab. You can see that the value of the dark mode signal is null in local storage. Now click on the sun icon and you will see that the value of dark mode signal is changed to dark and switches to the dark theme. Similarly, clicking on the moon icon changes the value of dark mode signal to null icon, toggles it to the sun icon and switches to a light theme. Open navbar.component.html file. Now we will add animation so that when we hover over the icons, it scales up by 10% and rotates 10 degrees. Add theme toggle class to both the span elements. Open navbar.component.css file. Add the CSS code to animate the icons when we hover over the icons. You can pause the video to copy the code. Go to your browser and hover over the icons and you will see that the icons now animate. Click on the icon and it switches to the light theme. Hover over the sun icon and it animates. In this video, we learned how to implement dark mode and light mode theme in Angular 17 using Bootstrap 5, Signal and local storage. If you want to see a similar tutorial using Tailwind CSS or Vanilla CSS, then comment below. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, stay safe.